Hey, what's up guys? So to finish off these third row videos, all I've got left is the 5-2 opening split and also the 3-2 opening split played like that. We're going to look at all the responses and then the third row follow-ups. And then we're done with them. I may have a quick review over Christmas, New Year, sort of watch it on 2x myself. There's about 10 hours of footage now on this third row theme and just trying to wrap up, not so micro like looking at every row like here, but just general themes. Okay, so 5-2 we open. Villain runs with a 6-5. The first difficult one. I had a look at these about a week ago or so. I've been a bit busy, so I haven't had time to film this until then, but hopefully we'll see what I can remember. First difficult one I found here was a 6-2. And I think how you play this. I think over the board, my first look, I wanted to make the anchor the 22 point and slot the 7. Look kind of pretty. But the right play I think is 16 and 11. I guess race is just too close to just give a direct 6 to go behind, and also 22 point anchor is not as good as the other anchors, and we don't really need an anchor so much when he's got this ugly distribution. There's a lot of coverage. I mean, the other player's running all the way, just leaving 2s instead of, but when we run to the 16, it's 4s, double 2s good anyway, 3-1's duplicated. So it's basically the same shots. 6-4 here's duped as well. So you can clearly see that's better than running all the way. And it's just nice, they're in contact, controlling every sort of section of the board. If he doesn't roll a 4, we're in good shape. Looks nice now, come to think of it. But it's easy to get this wrong over the board. Any other plays an error. Moving on, after the 5-2, 6-5, if we roll, how about a 4-3? Didn't find this one easy. I think the right play was 21 and 9. Guess there's nothing else really running all the way to the 15, doesn't really appeal. Brings the builder down to help contain the last man and steps up when there's no massive threat, so it's just a nice play, but not so easy to find. You know, over the board you might think 18 and 10 duplicating 6s or something. Even XGs take you a while to roll this plus, but 21 and 9, it's nearly an error to make any other play. It looks quite pretty when you see it. And the good old conundrum, 4-2, which point to make. But here the 20 is absolutely clear. It's going to be by a long way, I think. I mean, although you want to unstack the 8 and 6, it's just such a great point. Don't get attacked, don't get blitzed, don't get primed. You can make these points later. It's not like you make the 4-2 and it's not massive, 009. I mean, 3-1 looking at it, pretty sure it's going to be the 5 point. So it's just a difference in quality of points. I mean, look, that's a blunder not to make the 5 here. So the 20 is better than the 21 and the 5 is better than the 4, so those two factors outweigh it to make it a blunder. And I think that's pretty much it for the 6-5s. So if we roll a 5-2, an opponent rolls, all the others were easy, 6-4, he's going to hit us like that. Let's have a think. So the first hard one I found was 5-3. Sorry, that doesn't look too hard. Double 5. All the others sort of play themselves. Let's just have a look at this. I'm looking at it now. I think I just make the bar. Oh, I think maybe when I looked at it first I came down to bring another spare, but coming out to the 15 is clear because it dupes the 3s. Yeah, it's a duplication of the 3s. We'd like to have the spare on the 8 and stay here to anchor in a way, but it dupes 3s so well. And double 1 was a pretty one. It's right not to hit at all, just come in and slot the bar. I guess, I mean, it looks so nice, but this is very easy to miss. What a beautiful play that is. In fact, maybe that's the prettiest of all the openings that people could get wrong. It's so easy to come in one, think, oh, the race is, you know, we take a race lead by hitting, but I mean, the 5 point's pretty clear. You don't want to split letting him attack you in the bar. It's just so logical. so pure, so pretty from the machine. If he hits, he doesn't always cover. Only with 6-3, 6-5. Anyway, you can see it. Just want to compare it to just having a look at my notes. Say opponent rolled instead of 6-4, say he rolled 4-3, comes down and hits. How would you play double one here? Maybe we'll come on to this one later. But just to see why these openings are tricky, I'm pretty sure it wasn't right to slot the bar this time. Because we're getting prime more, I think we need to split. Let's have a look. It's been a while. No, still right. Still right. That's good. Both cases, it's great. Here, dupes sixes as well. Yeah. Okay. I think that was it for the 6-4s. All the 6-3s were easy when opponent runs all the way. He's supposed to run to the, like this. All the responses, third rolls I found quite easy. So after 6-2, the only one I had trouble with was double 2. Lots of options. Just see how long it takes. Have a think here. I found this really difficult. It makes total sense when you think about it. I think the right answer is to hit. If we make the 4 and 11, or 4, it's an error not to do this. But here, wraps up a 21 pip, gives you a 21 pip race lead, stops him from anchoring or doing much, and he rolls a 6, 2 hits back. The other way, so right in the openings to do this, and now any 6 will just, he just anchors, or so many points make a point or attack. So I can see it now. It's one of those rare ones where you eschew the hit, a bit like after a 6-4 split, double 2 opener. Moving on. Villain rolls a 6-1 response after our 5-2. Yeah. 6-2. How would you play that? It's a little bit like we saw before. 24-16s are right. Well, that's not true before. It was 16 and 11 after the 6-5 opener, but here it's just run from the back. Otherwise, you're stuck back on the 24 versus a sort of prime here. After this play, you've got air. I guess it dupes the 4s to some extent. Whenever he rolls a 6-1, we want to step up with a deuce. Quite a theme we've seen in loads of these. 4-1. My notes, I've got a small right to come up with both. If you come down with a 4 and play to the 23, it's okay, but the key is for both back checkers to be pressuring the strip 7 and 8 point especially, so must step up. In fact, the double step up all the way is the best. And we see it quite often in the openings as well, when he's stripped to sort of attack the points, better than any kind of slotting play. How about if what's happening here? I have my notes on the keyboard pressing down so it froze the mouse. 5-2, 5-3 we get pointed on. So it should be mostly easy from the bar. It's half our rolls played for us almost, but 3-2. Have a think what you do here. I came in and played down to the 10, just seems normal, but it's right here to step up with the 3, 24, 21, and it's the same idea of pressuring the stripped 8 point, needing an anchor, not exposing another block, but nicely distributed already. So you can see it's nice now, nicer than this where we're stuck back and give him 6-4, well 6-4 is good, 6-3, 5-4. Yeah, they're not particularly brilliant for him on the other side of the board. So that's a nice play that's easy to miss. That was about 3-1. Yeah, I mean, I was just thinking about coming down, but obviously you've got to step up. I'm not quite sure. And 2-1. I think it was right to come on the 24 and come down to the 11. Don't really want to make the deuce, sort of priming yourself, and it's not right to slot after he's got a point. Where we don't want to really be hit. Yeah, just normal, I guess. Right, 5-2. So we roll 5-2. Villain's going to play 5-2 the same way, not double hit or anything. How about 6-2 this time? I think we're back to 16-11, a little bit like after the 6-5 opener, as opposed to when he's made the bar. Duplicate 6-4 as well. So once you know the 6-5, after the 6-5 opener is 6-2, it's just the same. And double 4, often we've seen it's right to unstack these 2 points when we've got the 4 builders on the 8, but here we make 2 points better than 5 or this way. Guess it, yeah, I mean, actually it's obvious because that 9.6 away from the open block on the 22, so it goes up in value by a lot over making 2 winnable points. So that makes sense. Right, if opponent responds with 5-1, 6-4, have a choice whether to make the deuce point on his head or make the 18. Have a think what you do. It's a deuce point, half an error not to. Guess you can anchor or something later. Just advantage of making your point on his head's big, but it's not massive. 6-2, the same 16-11. And double 2. This time it's relatively easy. Make the 11 and 4. We don't mind this distribution at the back. When I was, I call it distribution, I was watching Mark Olsen commentating on the Sander Moshi UBC first and second match, and he kept calling it constellation. We don't like this constellation. I think he meant in terms of like pattern. I think he meant configuration. Although they are both stars, Moshi and Sander, so maybe it was subliminal, Freudian. Anyway, we don't anchor here. We just make the 11 and 4. I'm blabbering on. Right, 4-3, opponent rolls. He's right to hit me and split. And so, do we have any problems? I think double 2 is the only one. Is that right? I don't know. No, that doesn't look hard. Just have a look. Yeah, obviously. Maybe I got this wrong. Yeah, I don't think there's much for that one. Sorry, don't know why I'm wasting your time. Let's have a look after he makes 4-2. So 5-2, 4-2. 4-3, we saw before it was right to sort of step up and come down, pressuring that 8, but here it's wrong. And it's right just to run, I think, to the 15 by quite a lot. You can see the difference here. That's almost an error. Yeah. So just run. And double 4, this time you can trust the difference. This time it's right to unload these spare checkers and, as normal, make the 4 and deuce point when we've got this configuration. Yeah, just like this. Before it was right to make the 9 and 4, but that was when he was on the 22 and he was 6 away. So this is different. You see the differences. Okay, 4-1. It's one of those ugly plays where villain's supposed to just come down to the 8 point when after you 4-2, 4-1. That's the right play. 6-2. We've seen it before. 16-11. There's no like anchoring or slotting. It's just still right to play 16-11. It's right by long way this time. And 4-2. Have a think what you do. I think it's a trick question. It's absolutely pick 'em. Good kind of reference position, which point to make. But you can't fuck it up. Oh, sorry. Might be some kids watching. Doubt it. My kids aren't interested. They'd rather watch Minecraft or whatever it is, Roblox videos. Don't blame them. 5-2. 3-2. He's supposed to go like this. Hitting 11. Puts us on the bar. So 6-2. It's right to slot the bar by a lot. Coming on the 23 and slot the bar. Don't come out. Just attacks everywhere too much. But it's pretty close actually. 006. Same with 6-1. It's even clearer. It's an error now not to slot my bar as opposed to opponent's bar. 3-2. I was quite surprised not to anchor here, but it makes sense. It's right just to hit and come down to the 11. Gives you nice spares anyway and a lot of coverage. Just shows how trashy the 22 point is, how low the value is. You don't even want to make it here. You're better off just playing distribution. And 1-1, while the other ones 6-1, 6-2, we slotted the bar. 1-1 we don't. Whereas earlier on, after say the 6-4 hit we did. Here, it's right just to make the 5 and split, I think. Yeah. I mean, it's not the end of the world if you do this 008. It's interesting how after the 6-4 hit, it was right to slot, but here, I guess when he's got that extra man on the 14, on his 11, it makes a difference. Remember this position? I don't need to show you, it was right to slot the ball, we've done it before. But here it's right to split. I guess you're getting prime more when that's there, so priority is more splitting than counter priming maybe. Let's have a look when villain rolls a 3-1. 4-3, I was thinking about playing 21 and 9, but it was right to run. Error not to run, so 15, a bit like after 4-2 we're supposed to run, so after 3-1 we definitely run. 4-1 got me here. It's a little bit like that opening, yeah. You were supposed to just come to the 8, difficult play to find, but similar to 5-2, 4-1 for opponent on the response. The third row here you just come down, you don't want to expose another block and step up anywhere. But this is difficult. Maybe you're just happy being placed here, so rather than on the edge of the prime. It might be to do with how numbers play. And not the end of the world if you come to the 23. I think all the others played themselves. 2-1. He's going to split like that. 2-1. Definitely don't sort of make it in slot. It was never right basically to do this after the 5-2. It's better just to what was right? I can't even remember. I think just step up. Yeah, you don't want to come down when he split, leaving all those shots, so that by default makes 21 correct. Yeah, I don't think there's much else. Yep. Okay, on to the doubles. 5-2 6. 6-3. we just slot the 4 point. There's no point running when we're stuck in the race. Error and a half not to. 0.03. Yeah, 4-3. This time, although it's not right just to run with one man, it is right to step up and try and fight for a higher anchor. So 20 and slot the 5 point. There's not much else really, actually. I think maybe over the board I played, I don't know, some kind of down slot and thought I wanted to stay back. But here you don't mind stepping up to the 20. Relatively clear. Over 0.01, I say relatively clear for these responses. Yeah. Double 2, which is not that difficult when you've got them. Originally I thought you want to stay back, make the 22 when you're down, but 8, you're only 9 pips down in one roll. Make the 20, lock it up, good equity for the rest of the game, and just slot the 4 point, making the 11, like I thought 22 point, 11 point, and slot the 4 might have been right, giving you another blocking point, but these blocking points actually really don't give you much value. Once he's made the 18, they're not great, so you just lock up the key to lock up the 20. Always the scare of splitting with 5-2 as opponent rolls double 5. Blitzes you. Obviously we're only going to have a problem with the doubles. Most of them are easy except double 4. I found this really hard. This was I can see it now, but it's just a difficult play to make. Losing, I guess you've still got an anchor, but when he's got that blitz board, having that 4 point anchor seems so big to me. But this is still an anchor. Now you're 16 up. You know, my play would have been this. Level race, both 4 points, he's stuck back. But I guess this is not a pretty distribution, having 2-5-2 with 5 on the 6. Where are those men going to go? So I think it's as much that as anything else, probably. And this is pretty distribution. Can make these points next time, but it's almost a blunder not to. I struggled a bit more with third rolls off the double 4. Let's just take it back. So we do this. 5-2, opponent's going to roll double 4. Play it like that. 4-3 was the first one I struggled with here. I guess the computer's play makes sense, slotting the 4 and 3 point. Want to build some points. Doesn't gain much value running when we're down in the race, and there's nowhere we particularly want to step up to. So the right play is just 4 and 3, and it's an error to do anything else. 4-1. Don't think this one's actually so hard. We step up to the 21 and slot the 4. It's the point I want to slot. It's a good place to be. I don't know, I was looking at some double come-ups or just straight down to the 8 or something. This does a few things. Advances gives you a 6 away to the 15, which is open. Doesn't give him a good 1 or 3 particularly. It's just 2s and 4s which play okay. Yeah, it's pretty clear. Double 4, this is hard, I thought. It's right to make the inner ball points as usual when we've got these spares here. It's just where they want to go. I mean, running all the way is an option. Puts you up in the race with one man back. But I thought making the 9 and the 4 or 9 and the 2 or something a point in front of him was going to be like the idea. But again, these outside points, once he's made the high anchor, just really go down in value. Not really priming much. Obviously you'd rather the checkers in front, but here having an insta 3 point board, just clearly right. That's where those checkers want to go, puts him under pressure. And he's got a 1 point board, makes sense. Yeah, double 2's easy, 20 in slot. For a second I thought about making the 11, which is 6 away. Double 1, about the 21 point by a mile. The bar doesn't do much for you and you need that anchor. Okay. Double 3's. We get blitzed. Yeah, 6-1. Just to show you how clear it is to come out to the bar, rather than slot or anything. Just wanted to show you the cube action after this sequence. After you split, still no double. Very, very close, but it's a good reference. It's like as close as you. 0.02 for a cube is virtually borderline. Well, no, it's not, but it's close. So even after this sequence, when you split, he hasn't got a cube. When you've got no point board, he's got a race lead. That's why it's right. Well, it's not why it's right, but it just is right to do it. If we'd rolled 4-2, I think I went wrong here coming in on the 21. We just get attacked there. It's better to come in on the 23 and 9. Bill was better on the 9 and the 11 as well. Yeah, just come in deep. But just look at the difference, say 4-1. You know, now we can't come in on the 24 and come down. We're forced to step up to the 20, 21 because we don't want to on the ace, and then the 1's forced sort of to come up. 3-2. Obviously we're entering with a deuce. Where's the 3? Have a think what you do here. Would you come up or down? Not that easy. This time it's right to challenge. So a bit different. The 4-2 come in on the 23 and come down. Everything else you double step up where you can. After double 2, makes 11 and 4. I'll double 4, same theme. I think I'm drilling it in. It really is an exception when you've got 4 men on the 8 and 5 on the 6. Always make the 4 and deuce. There's only a few exceptions where you don't. And double 2, now you've got to make the 20. It's such a good priming structure for opponent. I thought 22, 4.11 looked good, giving you a bit of both sides of the game. But I guess here, the 20 is just so big when he's got that 11 point error not to make this play. We've got a nice distribution to make other points later, and that just locks up. Race lead, anchor. What more do you want? On the double 1, you just make the 7 and 5. It's such a powerful structure, no pressing need for the 22 point. Seen before. It's just pretty trashy at 22 in value compared to all the other anchors. Double 1. 5-1. Have a think here. There are some hitting and coming up players, or I thought 21 and 8 maybe, but no. We just come out. Maybe some of his 4s are duplicated. Yeah, like 6-4, 4-2, double 4 play really well anyway. So I think that's why. And we've got a little race lead, so the play makes sense. Our distribution's good enough, we don't need to do more. Yeah, just the last one of this is 2-1, we just step up, don't hit or come up or anything. You know, could come up or down. Usually, often it's right to put a man on the 11 when 6-4 is duplicated after you split with a 2. But not here. We're getting prime priority escape. Our distribution is good enough already. I think that's all the 5-2s. How long did that one take to go through? 20 minutes or so? No, 30. Yeah, 21 was clear. Okay, final opening. It's been a long journey. We're almost there, guys, if you're still watching. 3-2. We open. 24-21. 13-11. Villain rolls 6-5. Running. Do we have any issues? How about 6-2? So I came out to the 15 and made the 11, thinking we want that 11 point, really nice outfield coverage, and his threes are somewhat duped. 3-1-5-3 is good anyway, double 3 is good anyway, but no, even though we haven't really got much of a race lead, it's right just to run. Not huge, but 008. There's nothing wrong with this position. I leave a shot. It's not so great here. When he's only got, I mean, it's nice to have, but there you go. 5-4. Not quite sure why I had a problem here, but 8 and 20 looks clear looking in it. There's no real, I don't know, maybe I looked at hitting down, I don't know, something. Maybe I thought I want to stay back to control all the zones, but just 20 and 8, there's nothing, just can't really see anything else. Let's just have a look at it. I think it's an error to making the other play. Yeah. All the other ones were okay. How about, okay, so we're doing the 3-2 splits. Opponent rolls 6-4, puts us on the bar. Well, the first one's 6-5. Obviously coming on the 20, where's the 5? You know, for me it was just a choice of whether to play to the 14 or 15. Comes to the 14, it's 2s, 3s, 4s, 15. 3s and 4s and 2s is the same, but this is slightly better. Guess the contact. 3s and 1s or 4s and 2s. Anyway, this is better. 6-3. It's right to come to the 16. Guess it dupes 4s and keeps contact. I think maybe I was thinking about coming on the 22 and slotting. But it's clear just to run. Whereas 6-2, now you slot. I guess there's no contact if you run to the 15 and coming to the 18 is just bad pattern. Having a man on the bar and sort of 20-21, you just get blown out of the water too much. It's more like lack of options. And double 1. Let's have a look at this. Obviously we're coming to make the 5. Where's your last one? You know, for me it's just automatic to split. But apparently, not apparently, it is right to come to the 20. And I think it's got to do with the 2s. Your opponent's 2s are really bad here. They want to make them good by staying on the 21. So you just come up. I think that's why. Yeah. After 6-3 we get a hit on the 4 point. So 3-2, 6-3. I can't remember very clearly. Let's just have a look here. 6-3. yeah, it's clear to come to the 16, duping 4s, not slotting our bar. But 6-2, we slot. Even that's better than that. It's just too many picks and passes. 6-1, I guess, is going to be the same. It's right with 6-2 to slot the 5. Well, it's different here actually. We've got to come out. We don't want 2 on the ace. So 6-3, we run. 6-2, we slot the 5, and 6-1, we come to the 18. No! Sorry. Unusual here. Big error to come to the 18. I guess the dupe, even though we're stuck back on the 24, the dupe of the 4s is so big in the openings. Yeah, very hard for him to do everything. 5-4. It's right to hit and come out rather than down. Yeah, I think my first instinct was to come down to the 8, brings another builder. I thought this keeps contact for an anchor, but no, just lock in that race lead. Yeah, 2-1. Yeah, 23 and 5 is, I thought maybe 24 and make the 11, but it's right to come in again and dupe the 4s. Double 1. I mean, this, don't believe anyone's getting this right unless they've studied the openings deeply, even then. But it's right. Obviously, we come in. In fact, this is the tough one. But it's right to come to the 10 point with the last, I think. No hit, no making the 5 and splitting, no making the 5 and slotting. Just simply this. I guess it's 6 away from the open 4 point now. Dupes a 6-3, he'd rather probably, he might hit, but it's a cover. There's virtually no shots, and he's in real trouble now if he doesn't cover this. This or this. I mean, this is a hard play to find, believe me. I guess if you split, you get attacked. If I put that in a Genius quiz book, I'd be very surprised. I mean, everyone should have studied these third rows, but anyway, maybe I find it hard, no one else does. I don't know. Everyone sees the opening slightly differently. Yeah. Let's move on. 6-2, he's going to play 18 here on the 4, and they were all easy according to my notes. 6-1. So this time 6-2 is right to make the 11, 15 and 11. Whereas before, after 6-5, it was right just to run. Subtle difference. Yeah, so they flipped. Not quite sure why, but yeah. 5-1. Quite easy to miss over the board. 16 and 5, dupe the 4s. So this theme of duping the 4s after this 3-2 opening split comes up all the time. And double 2 was the only last one. Obviously 3 of them were forced, making the 4 point and the 11 point. The last one, I came up to the 22, thinking it's air for both of them, but it's right just to bring the other builder down to the 11. I guess it controls everywhere quite nicely and gives you a nice spare. Just make this play, even though it strips the major, put the check on the 11. Let's see, my equity after this is 0.266. If it was like this, what's my equity? Oh, it doesn't work, I've got to do it the other way around. Forget that. I was just thinking how I was just trying to have a look at the value of, in isolation, of having it an extra spare. In fact, let's do it. The way to do it would be the opponent's on roll, cube action, say in this position. Obviously it's no double, but let's just see which equity is higher for him. So here after no double his equity is minus 0.239. And here it's minus 259, so it's 0.02 worse. So it's like 0.02, which is equivalent an error. We'd rather have a builder here than here. Everything else equal. And maybe it's an extra 2 pips as well. It's not the best example way of looking at it, but it's just, don't worry about stripping the mid if you can put another check spare on the 11 basically. Right, back at the ranch. Back to work. We roll 3-2. If opponent rolls 5-4, is this right? Is this what we're looking at? Yeah, we're looking at 21-11. So I missed out the 5-4 for some reason. Let's just have a look after 5-3. Yeah, 6-3. We have a choice of bar or 5 point. It's 5 point here by a lot. That should be clear. 5-4. 20 and 8. Come up and down. There's not much else. 5-2. I was right to play 11 and 8. Although I was thinking about 11 and 16. But it's right here this time to hang back. I guess it does sound constructive bringing builders down to 11 and 8. After 5-2 we get hit. It was the same, every response basically the same as if we got hit by 6-3, which we've already looked at. 5-1. 5-4 I had a bit of a problem with. But looking at it now, 15, doesn't look like much else. I'm not sure what I did. Maybe I don't know. Maybe, could I found a hit or something? No, it doesn't actually look like there's many other plays. Maybe I came 20 and 8. It's right to come out. You've got contact between the 21 and 15. There's not a lot else. Yeah, double 1. So we make the 5. Where do you want the last 2 at the back or the 10? And the right answer, I think, is 23 and 20. Not easy to find over 22 or, I don't know, 20 and 10. Or, I mean, obviously we're not going to make the 7 giving him direct 6s out. But where to place those last 2 checkers at the back? That's the best place over this or this. Villain rolls a 4-3. He's going to play it like that, not double hit. 6-3 from the bar. I think I ran all the way to the 16. But that's horrible. These 1s, 4s, 2s, everything. It's right to come to the 18. Maybe I slotted the 5 even. But I definitely got it wrong. It looks scary to come to the 18, but he's stripped everywhere. Fight for an anchor. Often this pattern's wrong, but here with the stripped 8 and some kind of duplications going on, it's the right play by a lot. 6-2 though. This is often different, 6-3, 6-2, 6-1. In these things where we get hit, they often play differently and quite hard to remember the subtle differences. Let's have a look. I mean, this was tiny, slot the bar. It's a question of which point to slot, you don't come out. But slotting the bar is better. And I think after 6-1, whether to slot the 7 or the bars, pick them, but you don't split. You only split after 6-3 and come to the 18. It's amazing how big it is, like 0.03 with the 6-3 to come out, but all the others it's just wrong. Double 3. In, hit. Do you make the 5? Do you make the 3? No, you hit again. 2 in the air, better by far. Yeah, he's just in big trouble here if he rolls a 6 especially. Kind of makes sense. How about if villain points on you with a 4-2? 5-3. I think I came in on the 20 and came to the 10, but it's better. We've seen this before with a similar play to come in on the 22 and 8. Not under the gun on the 5 point, but 22 is a nice place to settle in that builder without exposing another block. Just looks nice. And double 5. These are quite kind of tricky whether to come in and make the 8, but no, it's obviously we don't want to be on the 5 point here when he's made the 4, because you just get attacked with 1s and 3s and 8s. And if we don't hit back, he threatens to make that rack or whatever it's called structure. So it's better just to do this. Not easy to find though when he's got a better ball and 2 blots, but race lead. That doesn't look beautiful, does it? Yeah. So 4-1. He's going to hit and split. So it's always the 6-3, 6-2 conundrums. So before with the 6-3 it was right to play 22 and 18. But here I'm pretty, looks like it's going to be right just to, well, you've got the option of hitting on the deuce as well, or coming to the 16 and duping the 4s. I can't quite remember. Yeah, hit on the deuce. Yes, it keeps him busy. And same for 6-2 or 6-1, even 6-1. Leaving 2 back on our ace, we hit on the deuce. Just take my word for it, we'll move on. So all the 6s we hit. 5-4. This is damn tough. I can't believe this even. That's right to hit, I think. As opposed to just making the 20. Look, it's a blunder to make the 20. Even though you're 5 pips up, secure the race, he's got 2 back. But I guess we get hit by 5-4, 6-3, 6-4, 6 shots. Or he makes an anchor with 4-3, 3-2, 6-5. Or just does something. Whereas this, it just puts you in huge race lead. What's he going to do? Even if he rolls a 4, it's not so bad when he's stripped on the 8. It's super easy to get this wrong, I think. It's a blunder there. So there's lots of, this session, the 5-2, 3-2 splits, there's a lot of ones where I don't think they're easy unless you've looked at them. So So 3-2. He's going to play 10 and 4. Putting him on the bar. I think it's close between 21 and 4, whether he splits or comes down with a 3 is slightly better, giving him a good 6, but we'll just look at this variation for now. Same as after 4-3, where he'll be hitting off the 8, not the 6, the 4-3 response. They're all the same except for 6-3, where it's right to play to the 16. By 007, it's pretty close, as opposed to coming to the 18 after 4-3. And 6-2 and 6-1, it's right to slot the 5. We don't think about the bar this time. Even though that would duplicate 6s, this duplicates 4s. So 6-3, 6-1, slot the bar. I think it was pretty close, but right. Yeah, 001, half an out, not to come out. Big area to slot the bar. Okay, so we get hit with 3-2. So that was it, I think. All the doubles played themselves. 3-1, for some reason, I seem to have a problem with these ones. Quite a few I didn't find. 6-4, making the 11s really clear. You don't make your own bar. Escapes a man, 11 points good. Play with OMB against the 5 point. 6-3. Earlier on we saw the 5 point was clear this time. Totally different. Once he's made his 5, we're primed. It's clear to make the 18. And make your points later. 5-4. There's nothing else actually. 16 and 9 was the play. 5-1. You guessed it, duke the 4s, easy to miss over the board, but 16 and 5. I think maybe I played 8 and 10 or 8 and 23 or just ran to the 15, but it's this good old, we've got to do something after he's made the 5 point, we're losing the game. Try and make our own 5. Dupes the 5s, dupes the 4s so well. Easy to miss if you're playing on autopilot. 2-2. I think this is quite similar to one we saw before, where, if I remember right, it was make the 11 point twice. So obviously we're going to make the 4 and the 11, and the last 2, do we step up or come down? I think it's right to step up. Same as after a 6-1. Yeah. I was quite surprised it wasn't this. Anyway, there you go. Same as after the 6-1 opener. After the 2-1, where he hits and splits, they were all easy. So now all we've got left is the doubles. So 3-2-6, 5-4. Looks a bit ugly, but it's the right place. 20 and 6. Fight for that high anchor. Still got a no point board. I guess there's just not much else. I mean, running's horrible. Just maybe I think my play was just to come into the 4. It just doesn't look natural to put a 6 checker on the 6th point. On the 6 point. But right by a fair bit. Probably lack of anything else decent to do. 4-2. clear to make our own 4-point. I think I was thinking about making this 11 and slotting, or making the 9 even. But as I said before, these outside points, they look like they're blocking maybe one of the doubles, but they just don't do a lot. I guess you've got to break it eventually anyway. Even though it strips the 8, you just make the point straight away, put a bit of pressure. He hasn't got a point in board. This was an interesting one. 2-1. I mean, I would have just anchored here. But it's right to make the 11 and 5 this time. I just said they're not of that much value, but I guess you're losing the race by a lot, by 19 pips. Even though you want an anchor, play for another game plan, make the 11, slot the point you really want to make, put him under some kind of pressure. Maybe he's got some bad rolls or something. Yeah. It's a double 5. Three, 2. Was the only one that I kind of wasn't immediately obvious to me, but the right place to come in and bring another block into play, even though he's got a stronger board. I thought coming up to the 20. Coming up to the 20 is pretty bad. This is best. Even that's better than coming up to the 20. Guess 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 8s and 9s just get walloped too much. Yeah, this makes sense, even though it's another block. I mean, does opponent have... I meant it after the... say we come in with a 2-3. Now it's opponent's roll. Does he even have a cube here? No double beaver? Wow. Did you find a beaver here as white if black doubles? That's a pretty cool position. He's 11 up, better board, 2s, 4s, 9s and 10s. I'm really amazed that black's not a favourite. I guess just when the blitz goes wrong and you're giving away the cube. I mean, black is the favourite. No double 0.2 equity. By giving the cube away, he goes just cube ownership, just huge shit. Anyway, I'm digressing. Let's get back to business. So I think that was the only one after double 5. Three, 2, double 4. Going to play it like that. 6-5. And I can bet my bottom dollar all my life I've just come out to the 14 here. But it's badly wrong. Right place to stay on the 20, come to the 18. Guess it dupes the 6s. And this just gives him 2s and 6s and you've got nothing. So fight for an anchor. Looks scary, but I guess you've got not much to lose. Your equity's so low anyway. Same with 6-3, play to the 18. 5-1, 20 and 10. Doesn't dupe a lot, but I guess you just don't want to come in on the 24, have 2 stuck back, and what are you going to do, play to the 6? 4-1, sorry, totally wrong what I'm saying. Yeah, that's right, you want to come in high with a 5-1. Coming on the 5 is no other one. 4-1, looks scary, but I think you've got to split into it, just come to the 20. Even though it looks a blitzy structure, you don't want to be stuck back. Even if you do, there's no convenient fall. Yeah. Double 3. He's going to play 21 and 10. That point in front of you. 6-2. Yeah, there's nothing else. You make the 8. I mean, it's not 18 11. It's clear. I think I thought about slowing for a minute. I don't know, 11 and 7 or something. Anyway, 18 and 11. 5-4. 5-4 seems to crop up a lot. There's not usually much to do with it. Not really much else actually. 20 and 16. Start worming your way out. Bit of duplication. Let's just have a look at this one. Pretty close. That's the right play over that. 5-1. 16 and 5. Dupe those 4s again. Double 5. So 1, 2 makes 11. And it's right to make the ace here. I think maybe I played 8-3. I guess those checkers don't have that much to do once he's made the 4 point, other than make the 5 or attack when he leaves. Don't need them as much to make the 4 and 3 and 2 once he's there, so just make the ace. Looks fine. Still got a nice distribution. And double 1, not the end of the world if you play the other play, slowing the 3. Double 1, let's have a look at this. Have a think. Again, the 5 point is clear, because I mean, even if you made the 21, where's the last one? You've got to expose a blot somewhere, a shot. So we make the 5. Where do you want the last 2 checkers to be? 24, 22, 23, 20. No. 20 and 23. Yeah, I think I would have played this, but this is better. Yeah. Double 2. The only one I had a problem was 6-5. Actually, it's not difficult. I mean, even though, I mean, you're not going to come to 20 and 18 just to get walloped everywhere. I think I slotted the bar point duping 6s, but yeah, that's right. Dupe 6s, don't do the usual. Slot the 5 automatically, because that gives him a good 4. And after double 1, 3-2 double 1, where we get pointed on, they were all easy. Nothing close, even by 005. They were all easy or within 005, so it doesn't really matter what you do. Anyway, I bashed through these. Must have taken about an hour, and now they're done. Yeah, just slightly over an hour. I will try, if I have time over the next few days, to review everything. It's 10 hours of footage. I'm going to watch it on 2x on YouTube, about 10 or 11 videos or something I've done on these third rolls. Just come up with the salient points and see if there's any big themes rather than the micro. We'll look at the macro. Again, have a good Christmas. See you maybe slightly before the new year.